Do you ever feel like your art is starting to feel like work? That's where a personal project comes in. It's your chance to create something for yourself, something you can use in your portfolio. There's no clients, no deadlines, just pure, unfiltered creativity. I'm here to give you a little bit of advice on how to start one and why you need one. Now, this is going to turn all the way back to why people get art block in the first place, because they're doing something that they don't enjoy to hopefully get to where they want to be in the future, right? So they stop drawing almost completely. Now, that also happens with people who are in art school. They'll go to art school for a really long time, and then when they get done with art school, they don't want to draw anymore because they were forced to draw a bunch of stuff, and now that they're good, they just kind of just want to drop everything and leave it behind. Now, the thing is I feel like some of these people don't have projects that they're putting their lifeblood into. I've always been a person who has so many projects that I want to do, and I never have art block. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people say that they're blocked with art and they don't know what to draw. I think it's because they don't have a personal project that they're working on. Now, some of the art gurus will tell you that you have to finish the project. No, you don't. You can have an ongoing forever project that you're working on. I have one, my World of Essalum one. That is a project that will never be done, maybe. Like, by never meaning, I don't know if I'll draw everything that I could possibly draw in my lifetime. Could I draw all my 100 characters? Could I draw every city in my setting? Could I draw every type of piece of lore? Probably not. I would say that my lore is probably as big, it's getting bigger than Harry Potter. So it's deep, okay? The lore is deep. I don't know if I have the time in my life to draw all that stuff. Maybe if I had 100 people who all loved it, then they could draw some of it too, then maybe. But it almost kind of ties into, why did you want to draw in the first place? Did you want to do fan art of your favorite characters? Did you want to do your own characters? Is there a story that you wanted to draw out? Is there a comic? Is there something? There has to be something that you actually wanted to use those skills for in the first place. And if you already finished whatever that is, time to make another one. Make one that you're going to forever be working on. There's a guy who I follow. His name is Velga the Observer. His whole channel is his personal project. And I don't know why, and that keeps him going. And Ross Draws, he has his personal projects that keep him going. One of my other favorite artists, Starbite, he keeps going, or they keep going. I'm not sure of their pronouns, to be honest. But they keep drawing. I'm part of their Patreon. I've been part of their Patreon for a few years now, I think. But they all have personal projects that they're constantly working on. So how do you get a personal project? And especially if you've never had one, well, maybe you could start with a personal project that is, say you like reading books. Why don't you try to redraw some of the characters that are in those books? Or maybe you like a certain type of anime. Why don't you redraw those characters in your style? Something that really inspires you to want to improve yourself, but if you're actually having a good time drawing, then it doesn't feel like work. And if it doesn't feel like work, then you're going to keep doing it and you're going to keep improving because you want your works to get better. You're definitely going to have to start off with something that actually excites you. Think about topics, styles, or things that you've always wanted to explore but you haven't had time for. Maybe it's a genre you never tried, or you had an idea that you just can't get out of your head. Something that really wants to make you draw stuff. And if you can't figure out something, look to your passions outside of art. I really like video games. So sometimes I do want to draw fan art. I don't draw that much of it, but sometimes I want to, and sometimes I get inspired for my world by looking at video games. I drew Angela last month, I think, from Silent Hill 2, just because I just really like the character. But I did want to preface that if you're going to do a personal project and you actually want to complete it, start by making a small project that you can actually that can actually feel achievable for you. Something like a weekly goal, like sketching an idea or finishing a small piece. Having little wins can keep you motivated and help with consistency. But if you want a never-ending one, you're going to have to come up with something that's something that you can profit off of long term. You don't have to right now, but something that just gets the groove moving, Because to be honest, it's actually not about having this perfect project that you're going to finish and you're going to show everybody. It's kind of about just exploring and figuring out your process and maybe getting ideas to do stuff. And I know there's some of you out there who are artists who kind of have issues where you don't know what to do and then you're afraid of failing at your project. But the thing is set realistic timelines to how you're going to do them. You don't have to finish them. If you want one you can finish, that's cool. But just know that, like, let's say I decided I was going to draw all of the Hanna-Barbera characters, like all of them, even the ones that nobody cares about. And I was going to do redesigns for all of them. That would be a monumentous task. But if I were going to do it, then it would just be something I did on the sidelines. Like, oh, you know what? I could draw one of them. I could draw one of them. And use that to actually, improve your skills. Like, there's a lot of male characters in Hanna-Barbera. So I could work on my male skills because I'm really bad at that. And maybe it would help if some of you guys came into my Discord. I'm not saying you have to, but I do have a world building thread there to help people who kind of want to work on world building stuff. And I feel like my Discord is really positive, even though it's kind of gremlinized. So it's a positive experience for artists who, want to show off their work. And I also have a little tab for if you want to talk about your art. I just implemented that last week. And I'll give you feedback if you want feedback. I'm always available for feedback. I know that I'm not a super fancy artist, but I'm an artist in my own right, and I can help you guys out because writing is actually my better skill between writing and drawing. And if you're the type who you kind of just draw random stuff, you never drew your own thing before, this might sound weird to suggest, but maybe get some D&D books or find the ones online and make your own D&D character and then flesh out from out. You'll make your character and then you'll be like, okay, so where does he live? Or where does she live? Or where do they live? And move outwards. Create the characters that they interact with, their family, things like that. You can get very involved even if you only have one character. And in closing, I just want to remind you guys that even though I'm giving you guys this thing that you should do, just know that it's about growth, self-expression. So it's okay that if the project evolves and takes very weird turns, sometimes the best work happens is when everything doesn't go according to plan. It's just about enjoying the journey. When I first started making my world building stuff, I did it because I had so many fan OCs that I just wanted them to have their own world now. I had 30 OCs and now I have over 100. I got really excited and I could still work on it, but I like to take forever. So overall, get a personal project. Either make one that you can finish or make one that is never finished. You don't have to finish it. Well, I hope this gives you some little bit of an insight. I hope it helps you. And if you liked it, if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and hit the like button for me and turn on the notification bells. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See you on Thursday? Maybe. Bye, guys.